Hi Scorpio, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. So let's begin. I hope you're doing well and I hope you had a really good weekend. Let's find out what Archangel Michael would like you to know today. All right. Please like and subscribe if it resonates with you. Chamber of Manifestation. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'll read about that if I don't forget. Here's the book. Don't let me forget. Okay. All right, let's get the rest of the cards. I'm terrible at remembering those kind of things because I start getting into the cards, the messages, and next thing you know, I'm on some kind of track and I totally forget. We've got the Sun. You are approaching a moment that has the potential to change your life. Take full advantage of this time and you will achieve a future of endless possibilities. Yeah, your chamber of manifestation, happiness, the Sun. All right, let's get clarification for the Sun. I don't know, you need clarification for the Sun? It seems to me we shouldn't need clarification for the Sun. Well, let's get some anyways. We got the Five of Swords. All right, doing what you need to do. Doing whatever you need to do in order to make things happen. Change, right? About change. Five of Swords. Even if you have to sabotage, bring things down in order for you to be able to build back up. And the Swords is about thinking, right? Distant horizons. Wow. Distant horizons is like fantasizing. It's spiritual growth too. It's about putting your anchor. You're not putting your anchor down yet because you're fantasizing. You've got this whole idea of possibilities. This whole, you're spending time thinking about things and fantasizing, just kind of likened to the idea of, oh, where will I go for my vacation next summer or in the winter? And you might want to go to Bora Bora. Okay, Bora Bora. So you start fantasizing about Bora Bora. You might start looking it up online or getting some travel brochures and from a travel agent and all that sort of stuff. So it's up in the air. That's why the ship is in the air. It's up in the air, and that's why the anchor is up in the air too, because you haven't put your anchor down on making a choice, like deciding to stop fantasizing about something. Wait a minute, I'm going to read this. Boy, that was fast. How did I do that so fast? Okay, chamber, I think I have to go to beginning here. Chamber of Manifestation is number 46. That's inspiration. Where's 46? Okay, Chamber of Manifestations. What dreams does your soul have? It's like your dreams, fantasizing, your dreams, desires. What your soul have that you'd like to bring to life, reality, right? Bring it down because it's up in the ethers right now. You're just imagining it. What are your dreams are? This card often appears when something you've been dreaming into being is coming into form. This card is perfect for that. Okay, and so is this, of course, obviously, right? So let's see. You may be sabotaging your abilities to bring it into form and experience that happiness, that dream. So you've been dreaming into being is coming into form or has arrived. It could involve a relationship, a job, a creation, a change in your life. Your vision and action are about to be rewarded, and now or very soon you get to enjoy that fruit. Don't put off the celebration and enjoyment of the fruit. This is like the Sun is enjoyment. Fun. Receive and relish it fully. Enjoy your creations when they're here, and of course the Sun is about creating as well. And resist rushing on to the next thing. There's no rush, for if you can't enjoy what you've been working toward creating, what's even the point, right? How can you embrace your existing creations fully? How can you celebrate and be grateful for what you already have? Receive and celebrate the fullness of what you've created before moving on to anything else. So you may be like, if you're trying to manifest something into your experience, like they said here. A relationship could involve a relationship, a job, a creation of some kind, like to go on a vacation to Bora Bora. I just like that name. A change in your life, some kind of change in your life. You may be sabotaging your efforts here with the Five of Swords energy to realize your happiness and your fullness because you are kind of you're not in the know, for one thing. You don't realize, Scorpio, that you need to focus. You need to focus your energy on it. We dilute it so often with, I don't have the money, or I won't have the money. How am I going to be able to do this? The relationship, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. Or they won't see me as being handsome or pretty or beautiful. You know, that just whatever you could be telling yourself that goes against your having it. It's whatever you're telling yourself that it's a lie, number one. Okay, even though you might say to yourself, "Oh no, it's true. I'm ugly," or you know, we say some terrible things about ourselves and to ourselves. So I'm not saying. This examples are just easy enough to pull them out of my head when they pop up like that. So you just whatever you're doing and like saying, thinking about yourself and saying about yourself, or thinking about the situation or the person, or saying about the situation or the person, it's kind of like you're putting up these barriers that go, you push it away. You push it away, the experience away. You're diluting the opportunity of you having it because you have these beliefs about yourself that, leaves everything hanging in the ethers, never to be anchored in the realm of the physical, in matter, in form. How can you embrace your existing creations fully? How can you celebrate and be grateful for what you already have? Receive and celebrate the fullness of what you've created before moving on to anything else. The key to calling in more enjoyment is to enjoy the process. Spring teaches us this. When it buds so full of promise and the surging energy so full of life and possibility, the energy of a new moon holds these promising seeds too. Create space in your life to whisper your wildest dreams under the light of the new moon. Do it from a place of being in the joy of the present moment, being grateful for like just the beautiful night under the stars to be able to do something like that. I'm grateful for the weather I have right now. I'm grateful that there's like the moon is out, that can see the stars. I'm grateful for what I can see and experience right now to make this happen. So create space in your life to whisper your wildest dreams under the light of the new moon. Do it from a place of being in the joy of the present moment. I'm grateful. Enjoy each part of the process of your becoming. For if you don't, by the time your manifestation comes into form, you may find out that you missed the moment completely because of being so consumed by what you want to manifest next. What do you most want to create in your life? And how can you be grateful for the present moment as you do so? So it's really mostly about not spending enough time having the faithfulness, the trust, the belief in you being able to manifest that particular thing. If it's a relationship or some kind of experience or a job, something like that. Let's see what Tarot has to say, Scorpio. Archangel Michael, what can Tarot tell us more about Scorpio's story here? He said start with that one. Mother of Swords. Mother of Swords, Queen of Swords. Yeah, telling yourself, speaking the truth. Be fair to yourself and to others, of course, but speak your truth. Speak your truth. What is your truth? The Empress, that's your truth. The Empress, you're in the energy of creating, like she's always pregnant, right? So she's in manifestation mode. She's creator. She gives birth to new worlds, to new ideas, just to to abundance and prosperity, and feeling enriched and content and just happy, happy, happy. Communing with nature, being in tune with Mother Nature, because she's a mother herself, right? And she gives birth, she gives life. And so this is the energy of someone who is emotionally stable, but also someone who can see the value in everything and has gratitude, right? Has gratitude, thankfulness. But she's very powerful. She knows how powerful she is. So you shall be stepping into that energy, at least from time to time, if not more as time goes by. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, then like you're on a roll, as they say. You're on a roll. What's this? The Six of Pentacles. Yes, equal give and take. You give whatever you give to your manifestation, whatever you give to your dream, it will show itself reciprocating it to you. So if you're going to give to your dream, let's say you have a dream to go to a beautiful place like Bora Bora, for vacation. You have that desire to do it. You're going to end up finding that your world, your sphere, is going to show you that Bora Bora is calling out for you in one way or another. You're going to have signs and synchronicities about it. You're going to start seeing signs about Bora Bora. That have you ever noticed that whenever you buy a new car, or a truck, new vehicle, you don't ever see any, like it's fairly brand new off the line. The manufacturer's line. They're just rolling them out for the first time. But like a smart car, let's say, for the first time it came out, you didn't see anyone in your town or city, or if you're in a big city, just mostly wherever it is that you go, you never see anyone with a smart car. Never. And when they first came out, you never saw anybody with a smart car. You go and you get yourself one because you fall in love with it and you say, I gotta have one of those. So you go and you get yourself one, and next thing you know, you see everybody's eyes like, dang it, what's going on? Everybody's got a smart car. But that's the kind of thing, is that when you start making something real in your mind, like, this is what I'm doing, I'm going to Bora Bora, well, it starts showing you how Bora Bora wants you too. It's reciprocated. It's calling out to you. It's like the smart car. I want a smart car. Well, the smart car is calling out to you because everybody else has got so you're driving around and you're being very well reminded by everybody else's smart car that you have one too. Yes, that you've achieved that goal. Death and transformation, major change, transformation. We have the Seven of Swords, so sneaky. Well, look at he's hiding one there. There's a sword underneath him. Yeah, okay. And then we have the Son of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles, moving slow. The Eight of Swords, so being stressed. The Two of Pentacles, finding balance, managing things. With the Nine of Cups, feeling really good in your own skin, emotionally fulfilled. With the Ten of Swords, you're going to right past that because of the Nine of Cups. The High Priestess. Okay, the Fool, the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. This is your near future, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Son of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords. And we got the Three of Swords with the Ten of Wands and the Mother of Cups and the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. So we'll leave that here, just in case. I may not touch it. Okay. Mother of Swords, Queen of Swords. This is you needing to be stepping into this energy, Scorpio, to become the truth. You're a seeker of truth, Queen of Swords. You're a seeker of truth, although However, you do allow for gray areas. It's not just simply black and white. There are some gray in there, whereas the king is just black and white. Okay, so the queen, you are you're intuitive, but you're also very much as you know, you seek the truth, and you're someone who is fair-minded and you know, has a lot of integrity. Okay? She lives her life with integrity. Therefore, she's well respected, right? People know where they stand with her because she says what she believes. And with being a queen, it's not being just some young person, you know, giving lip service about stuff that they don't necessarily believe, but they're just spouting it off anyways. You're queen. You have come into your energy. You have aligned with your quality of speaking the truth that is not about harming others. Is to be discerning. She's very discerning, so she knows what is the right thing to say at the right time. So if there's something that someone should really know the truth about, whatever it is they're doing or whatever, well, she would discern if that would be an appropriate time for her to let that person know. Okay, if she really feels they need to know it and it's not going to set them back emotionally, like to bring pain where it was unnecessary to bring pain at that particular time, she won't say anything. She'll keep it to herself. Okay, but if that person were to ask, she wouldn't be able to just like slough it off and lie. She'd have to tell them, but she would do it in the most sensitive manner if it's needed, right? The Empress, stepping into that energy with all four queens in one here. Enlightened and giving birth, like giving life to whatever. The Wheel of Fortune is just like the Wheel of Fortune. It's a wheel that turns in your favor, that it's all about equal give and take, of course, that you're not just you're in a cycle now of life where it's ebb and then a little flow, or pardon me, it's flow, and then the ebb is like, it's all about just resting and getting back into the flow again. It's not about, the flow is not about the part of the cycle where you're having, you know, you're experiencing hardship and stuff, that then during the ebb time you have a chance to process it and integrate it. It's kind of like the shadow fears, the shadow thoughts we have. You are in the flow on that cycle, in the flow, and then you just have to take a rest, and then you get back into the flow again, and so forth and so on. Equal give and take, equal give and take. You are giving here, and then you're receiving here. You're giving here, or you're receiving here, and then you're giving here and receiving here. Then you give and you receive. Okay? So when you are in the giving, you're in the flow. In the flow, you do. You just follow the flow. You do. And then you get into the cycle of you receive. So it's like resting, like the Four of Swords kind of thing. Okay, but it's an equal balance of energy, give and take. So whatever you're putting out in terms of how you're looking at your dreams and feeling about them, that it's possible, that you're not sabotaging them, what if, or I won't, or this won't happen, I doubt that this could ever happen, I won't have enough money, or I'm not going to be enough for that person, that, this, and the other thing. If you don't sit in that energy too much, it's telling you need to see the truth. The sun is all about seeing the truth, enlightenment. You need to see the truth about the situation in order for you to be able to manifest your desires. To step into that chamber. See, she's bringing it down from above. In the ethers, it's up there in her vortex. She's bringing it down because she's aligned with it. This is her aura, her world. Can you see that? This is her aura. We have huge auras. But she's in that bubble because that's her aura. Well, she's aligned with that parallel world or universe above her. You see, it's a bubble too. Like it's got some kind of what do you call it? Lines, boundaries. Yes. So she's aligned with it, and it's going, okay, I'm here. We're aligned. Bring it on down. You know, you're tapping into the vortex, which is, like I said, Esther Hicks channels the group called Abraham, and they talk about the vortex, how all our desires, our dreams are like rockets. From our hearts, we rocket our desire into the vortex. So the vortex holds all of our desires, everything that we'd like to experience in our life. That's true love as well. And it sits in another world, another parallel that you have to get your vibration in sync with, because it's high vibrating. So when you start believing in your dreams, in yourself, that you're capable of being a creator of all that you might have thought was not possible, and when you start getting into that, then you get aligned with it, and then you are like her. You're able to pull down from what is in your vortex. It's the ethers that coalesce, and it brings into form, into whatever that desire is, into form. Now you're physically experiencing it. So that's what you're going to do. So you need to have a major overhaulment with death and transformation. The divine says you've got to end this sabotaging of your abilities to really truly win. Now you think you're won with this card. In one of the other versions, I have a couple different versions of this, but in one of the versions is that you think you've won, but you really haven't, because you have basically alienated the people that you stole the swords from, and now you're on your own and you got plenty of swords, but what are you going to do with those swords? You know? You are just like, I'm not saying you, I'm talking about the person that I'm referring to in the card. What are you going to do with that? Without all that truth, all that you stole from everybody else. Now they're left wandering around without their truth. You stole their truth from them. Now you're not in alignment with them at all. So you could never be part of their world. They can't be part of your world. So you're ostracizing yourself. You're limiting yourself. You're actually, instead of feeling abundant because you had all these other people's truth in your arms, in your hands, but you're all alone because you got all this truth, but nobody else sees it. And he's like, I can't relate to you because you're saying things that you say are true, but I don't, I can't see it that way because you stole it from them. Okay, that's the sabotage. You're sabotaging your life, your happiness, by stealing other people's truth. Just take your own truth and go with that, like the Queen of Swords. Okay? Take your own truth. The truth is that you don't need other people's truth. You just go with your own truth. And your own truth is that you have the ability to be a master manifester of all your dreams, Scorpio. Absolutely. So that's the change that you need to make, a major change. And the divine is bringing down on you, because that's a major arcana card. Whenever it's a major arcana card, they are like, this is a major life change for you. It's a major thing going on in your life. It's a theme, major theme or archetype in your life. Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords it could be that you are actually going to step into the energy of trying to prevent yourself from coveting someone else's truth. Right there. Because you're already in that energy with the 5, and then you got the 6 of Swords, which is usually the solution that you take. I don't know why the 7 of Swords comes after the 6 of Swords. I really don't know. But for that reason, that's why I can look at it from this perspective, is that sword right there, you're kind of trying to sneaky take it. That's someone else's truth. You're still like possibly in the habit of taking someone else's truth, and their truth is like, oh man, I used to, it's like something like this. I used to have, that desire. I thought maybe I'd like to go to Bora Bora too, but it costs $10,000. It doesn't, okay? But they're going to say, it costs $10,000. I'll never have that much money. And besides, why do I want to go to Bora Bora? They'll come up with that. Suddenly Bora Bora is a terrible place to go just because they can't afford to go. In their mind, they can't afford to go. So you start adopting that too. And that's totally irrational. It's totally a ridiculous example. It really is. But I'm just trying to translate the energies here, is that person's truth that you're coveting, it's like, doesn't belong with you. It's not your truth. You got to stop taking other people's truths. They say A and you say, well, I thought B, but then you say, well, maybe it is A. But A is not your truth. B is your truth. You understand? Okay, good. So Son of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles. Moving slow in this whole process of learning to just take your own truth and go with your own truth and leave everybody else's truth alone. Leave them alone. Do not take them. Do not steal them. Do not adopt them. Do not adapt to them. Okay? This is what, you're going to be hanging from your truth there. But it's going to be stressful for you because you got all these other people's truths pointing up at you, like as though they could hurt you. But it's going to be stressful for you simply because it's a new habit you're adopting. That you've got to stand in your own truth, or hang in your own truth until you metamorphose, right? You will come out of that cocoon as a beautiful, and I guess that's like a what do they call those butterflies? Monarch butterflies. You're going to come out of that cocoon in your own truth, because this is your truth here, right? These are not your truth. So you're going to be living by your truth. You're going to be changed by your truth. By living, excuse me, death and transformation. You're going to be living by the transformation of, you're going to be living by your truth that is transforming you. Transforming you into a very beautiful being that has wings to fly that you never had before. You used to crawl very slowly on the ground. You couldn't see anything. Now you got these beautiful wings that you can flap and fly and experience the world in a whole different way. Now you're managing your energy. You're managing your dreams. Equilibrium, kind of with this equilibrium, balance, right? You got, again, balance. I'm balanced. I'm in line, aligned with my vortex, my dreams. My energy is in alignment with my dreams, which means my beliefs, my truths are in alignment with my dreams. And now I'm feeling pretty darn indulged. Indulged, it could be that, before is like you might have been overindulged in not trusting your own abilities. So, you're taking on other, okay, I have never been able to manifest what I wanted to manifest, so maybe I need to talk to other people about this. And you just start talking to other people about this, and they start giving you these ideas and their own experiences and the reason why they don't bother and they don't do this, don't do that. And then you start thinking, well, maybe it's just it's all fluff. It's the kind of thing that I'm just going to just dream about, and it's never ever going to drop as an anchor in my life. It's never ever going to be a reality. I'm just going to be a dreamer all the time. You might be thinking that you've been too indulgent in that, and it's left you for dead, because what for dead would be, in this sense, all those other people's truth are stabbing you in the back. They're leaving you for dead, okay? They're leaving you for, like, flat out thinking, I can't do it. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. Everybody says it's not possible. No one ever says you can do it. I can't do it. So you begin to think that, right? However, with the Ten of Swords showing up here you are, festering in the idea that you might, their truth, that you're trying to keep control of your habit, your habit of taking on other people's truths or ideas, whatever, right? About whatever your desire is. because they've tried it themselves and it didn't work. So therefore, if you try it, it's not going to work for you either. They're going to tell you. Well, this is the end. The 10 is the end. It's because 10 adds up to 1, which is a new beginning. So the 9 is the end. The 10 is the new beginning. You're pulling the swords. You're pulling those other people's beliefs, their truth out of your back and saying, no more. This is not my truth. I'm not left for dead. I'm not down and out. I'm going to stand up, and all these swords are coming out of my back right now. And they can go back to the owner, the original owner, back to owner, right? And they say that return to sender. That's it. Now I'm really feeling like really good in my own skin. I'm emotionally fulfilled because I'm feeling lighter, number 1. Number 2, I'm feeling like it's possible. I totally begin to feel like it's possible. It's possible for me to have the dream come true, to have that experience of manifesting what it is. This one here, the High Priestess, she knows all, but she doesn't tell you anything. She keeps secrets, okay? So things may have been hidden from you, but when you decide to stop the habit of stealing other people's, truths, right? And you're pulling them out of your back, you're saying, that's not my truth, that's not my truth, that's not my truth. Suddenly you're standing there free. You're free and weightless, compared to what you were. You're free and weightless. So in other words, you're open. You're open. Now you're tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. And that's another thing that Esther Hicks says from Abraham. Tune in, tap in, and turn yourself on to that alignment of your higher purpose, or your higher frequency, your higher vibratory frequency of all good things, the things that you dream about having, experiencing, fantasize about. Tune in, turn in, and tap on. Tune in, and tap on. Whatever. I said it the first time. It was the right way. But yeah, take a leap of faith now. Find out that you have some good news coming to you, that you're making it happen, and you're sending out the signal as the Knight of Swords that your truth is all that you need. That your truth is all that you need. You're going out hard and fast under a new dynamic, because you're changing. You're coming to learn that you have been letting other people, when it comes right down to it, you're letting other people influence you, trying to basically take your sunshine away, your happiness away, because they're such naysayers, or they're Debbie Downers, or they're just pessimistic because they haven't been able to allocate to what do you call it when you're trying to drive something, put their energy into to make their energy potent enough to have that focus on what it is they truly desire, so that it does actually come into form. They have tried, but they haven't done it good enough, well enough, or hard enough. And hard enough would be what I'm saying. It's in terms of hard enough is like to keep the focus, to stay the course, to stop diluting it with doubts, which is the other people's truth, right? Stop diluting it with doubts that you take on as your own. Right? Take it on as your own. And you're in that habit of doing that. That don't let other people sway you so much like that. Influence you. Keep other people at bay, the naysayers, the Debbie Downers, and all that, and say, that was your experience, but that doesn't mean that has to be mine. You don't even have to tell them that. You just say, okay, whatever. You just they want to say something that would otherwise, they want to convince you that their experience is really pretty much the only experience anyone will ever have. That everybody will have the same experience I had. So trust me on this. It's not going to work, is what they're going to say to you. Trust me, it won't work. No, it won't work. I've tried it. Been there, done that, tried it. Don't do it. Don't fall for it anymore. If you have been, don't fall for it, Scorpio. Step into your own shoes of your own truth like the Queen of Swords does. She steps into her own truth. She speaks her truth, whether it's physically speaking it or she speaks it through her mind. She is using the power of her truth to be able to manifest, to become the master manifester that she is, because she's a queen. All right? Sunny days ahead through your enlightenment of how you have been sabotaging your efforts to manifest your deepest desires. So guys, I hope that this was helpful to you. I really do. Take care of yourself. Please like and subscribe if it resonated. And bye for now.